Who let the frogs out?
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm playing with Sab-Sunen, Luxa Embodied. Sab-Sunen is a 5-mana god. She's indestructible, but she can only attack and block if she has an even number of counters on her. But at the start of your turn, she gets a counter. I should say at the start of your first main phase, she gets a counter on her. And if she has an odd number of counters when that ability resolves, you draw 2 cards. She's card advantage. She's a big, reachy, trampling, indestructible creature, and she grows and grows and grows over time. So how do you make use of a frog that can only attack and block half the time? Well, you manipulate the number of counters on her. So that's what this deck is doing. This is a landfall counters deck because that's the best way to get +1/+1 counters in Simic colors. Cards like Bristly Bill, Scythe Cat Cub, and similar cards are all able to put counters onto Sab-Sunen. Or you can take counters off of her using cards like Nesting Grounds. You can also just put an additional counter on her once per turn using something like Fight Rigging, using a card like Innkeeper's Talent, making sure that you're getting the ability that you need, which is usually you just want to draw the 2 cards, then make her able to attack or block, and then draw the 2 cards, make her able to attack and block, and just get tons and tons of value out of your 5-drop. This also gives us a great excuse to run some newer cards like Aetherspark, Zimone, and other things that you can throw into this deck that like it when you're moving +1/+1 counters around. And since I mentioned before, we got a lot of landfall stuff, we're doing land stuff too. You might notice we got our Mossborn Hydras. It's scales, it's landfall. We've got things that get things back from the graveyard, proliferate our counters, and of course, big flying geese. We even have a counter spell that puts counters, because that's cool. Counter spells that put counters on things. So let's take Sab-Sunen into the queue and start counting up those counters. Amalia with Lurrus. Amalia is a 2-mana life gain commander, and because she has such a low mana cost, you can have Lurrus as your companion, allowing you to, well, recur your commander and any other small life gain pieces. Lurrus also having lifelink is pretty convenient here, since that adds up very nicely to what they're going to be doing. I'm actually going to start by just playing this Hinterland Harbor. I do have a 1-mana spell, but I wouldn't be casting it since Amalia doesn't come out on turn 1. There's a way to do it. I don't think they'll have it. It would be Swamp, Dark Ritual, floating 1 mana, and playing Signet, and then you could use like the white mana from the Signet, the black mana from the Dark Ritual. It's not happening. I mean, it could happen. I'm hoping it doesn't happen. I'm gonna play Fanatic of Ronus because this card is ridiculous. A Fanatic of Ronus didn't exist, but it's really good ramp, and it works well with Sab-Sunen since she's a 6/6. I guess you could also use the new Mox. I keep forgetting that we have Chrome Mox now in Arena. Oh, look, they did have Dark Ritual. And a Bitter Blossom, itty bitty Bitter Blossom. They're going to hit me, gain some life, and then explore. If they put it into the graveyard, they'll have descended, and the Rune Lurker Bat lets them scry, setting up even better for their next turn. I have some mana here. I'm going to go ahead and do Nissa. And I want Nissa's ability. She's going to find me an elf or elemental. And I'm going to grab a green source here. And I'm going to float a green. Assuming I will get a green. Okay, cool. And now I can either make it so Amalia is unable to scream, or I could play this so I have more ramp. Because I don't have any counter givers, I'm going to hit Amalia with this. And she is going to turn into a 0/2 artifact doll. But she still keeps her +1/+1 counter. They did add titles. I'm the Virtuous. Their title is Lurrus of the Dream Den, which isn't a title. It's just there's only so many lines that they can put on here. You don't think I'm virtuous? That's a shame. Ruin Lurkerback swings in, gains them a life. And if they can gain more life this turn, the Case of Uneaten Feast will trigger. Alright, so I've got the ability to get Sab-Sunen down. Or Incubation Druid. Or both. Yeah, I'll do both. I'm gonna float some mana off of Nissa. It comes in tapped. That's fine. This also comes in tapped. I'll sit here with my 3/3 elf and pass the turn. If this dies, it will come back with abilities because it's ghost formed. Death of Span, thank you for gifting us up to Good Time Society. Oh, and I'm being asked, for EDH players coming to Arena, do I have advice on the best way to spend gold to build Brawl-specific collection? Nope, because I built my collection almost entirely through drafting. All right, so I've used Sab-Sunen here, drawn some cards. I'm going to throw this Temporal Manipulation, play Evolution Sage. Yeah, it's tapped. I'm very aware of how tapped it is. Proliferating Sab-Sunen, so she can attack this turn, floating some blue, using that blue for Otawara, and I'm going to put something here back into their hand. How's about I go for putting the Unable to Scream back in my hand? Because of that Kaya's ghost form. Like, hey, you want Amalia to die? That's cool. It's less impressive now. She dies. She comes back. And no longer shall I be plagued. Actually, wait a minute. They have this kitten cat coming out. All right, so I'm gonna chill. We get our extra turn. See what I draw. Very cool. Play the Shifting Woodland. Proliferate. Oh, I've got this extra mana, too. I guess I'll adapt. I could have done that before to Proliferate, so she would get even more counters. Swinging in with all of you. And they leave. A very good amount of mana early. And the ability to manipulate the counters on this creature was huge. GG. Loot the Pathfinder. He's got some very strong abilities, but you can only use them once, unless you blank him. Loot is able to add 3 mana of any one color, draw 3 cards, or deal 3 damage. It seems like it might be a little bit, you know, like a Black Lotus, Ancestral Recall, or Lightning Bolt. Because that's exactly what it is. I got this little dog. Let's play this little dog. Bark. Bark. Oh, and I should say, opponent, are you ready to brawl? I'm ready to brawl. I'm also ready to get this snake riding on this dog. Giddy up. I had to take my giddy up emote off. Because for some reason, it will only let you put 4 on one page and then 5 on this page. They gave me new emotes, but not enough room to use them. Let me equip like 500 emotes, please. I don't have a problem. I might have a problem. At least I know what I like. Trying to decide what I want to do with these. I do have a way to tap the Fanatic Aronis for 4 this turn. That's what I'm trying to decide if that's what I want to do. Yeah, would I be able to play Sab-Sunen with it, though? No. I'd have 5 mana, but I wouldn't be able to tap Sab-Sunen. I apologize so much, opponent. I wish I had like a good sorry emote that didn't feel sarcastic or demeaning. To be like, no, I'm genuinely kind of sorry. Like, it's how it goes. Oh yeah, I should have done those in the other order, though, since that also would have been able to crew. It's less... You're right. It's less of a Black Lotus and more of a Dark Ritual or Ritual effect because you have to pay 1 green to do it. Alright, well, they got rid of my Mossborn Hydra anyway. Which... Aw, dang it. Gonna saddle up again. Swing. The dog is now at 4 power, so Fanatic of Rhodas can tap for more. I got enough to do both. Staff of Completion can tap for mana, but it hurts. Totally worth the pain, though. Enlarged dog. Dog has been enlarged. Are you countering this? Long River's Pull. Counters a creature. Don't need to give any gifts for that. Alright, fine. I might end up proliferating this dog, though. Which commanders have I liked from Aether Drift? All of the ones I've built. Gonti, Caradora, and Ketramose. I actually built 2 different Ketramose decks. There's only 1 Brawl Stars for them so far. I'm probably going to record the other one in the next few days, though, before I go to Chicago. Which, if you'll be at MagicCon Chicago, so will I. Yay! Have a bug. Bug, bug. Have more bugs. Bug, bug, bug. I think we need more bugs. And Sab-Sunen once again. And another counter spell. Fine. I guess I'm not allowed to frog. Get him, puppy! Dog enlarged. Loot the Pathfinder. Alright, they have 1 mana. It's got Vigilance. It's even got Double Strike for... I don't like that it's got Double Strike. So I feel like they should hit my Scoot Swarm with the Bolt here. But maybe that's not what I want to do. I don't know. No, they used it for mana so they could counterspell. Alright. They really don't want me getting this frog milf out here. Move my commander to the command zone? Yeah, I guess. I will once again saddle up. And I'll swing in with both of these. This way I'm holding up 1 mana for Snakeskin Veil. For when they, I don't know, to go to bop the Scoot Swarm. Apparently no frog allowed. Loot, you're a hater. You see this? Hater, 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 hater. They hit for 4. I think I could just, like, go to combat and swing. I'm gonna use Nesting Grounds to scooch one of these onto the bug. Well, Loot, what are you gonna do about it? They're gonna Auto-Aura the Discrete Mass Dot back into my hand. Okay. Well, no, you're not. Do you want to bolt yet? They're gonna draw 3 cards? Okay. Well, drawing 3 cards didn't find you an answer. So it looks like I'm gonna be the one to win. GG. Mythweaver Poq. Mythweaver Poq, similar to us, is going to be ramping, putting tons of lands into play, and then doubling lands. This deck, it's not fully a lands deck, it just uses lands to get more counters and manipulate them. It's one of those things where, when in green, do as green does. And when in green, Poq happens. Poq's going to be getting huge very quickly, and hopefully I can disable it with this Tishana's Tidebinder. They also played some early ramp here. I've got Evolution Stage that I can play, but actually that's not going to do very much for me. I'm still going to. Behold, plant. Play the Tireless Provisioner. Use this Arid Archway to put the island back in my hand. It's asking me to proliferate here. I don't have anything to proliferate. Arc of the Conclave says, Poq is a dumb card. And I say, yes, he is. Poq is a very dumb card. Very, very dumb. All right, I'm able to play Sab-Sunen and also protect her and stop them from doing some stuff. That sounds great. Or I could just, like, turbo ramp. You know what? I'm gonna start with the Oracle. This lets me play an additional land, even one from the top of my deck. And I'm just gonna go for Sab-Sunen. I'm gonna let them get 1 trigger off Poq, because I want to see if I can get ahead going for this very, very early ramp, the counter manipulation off Evolution Sage, Primeval Titan, and also some preventative measures of Tidebinder. Oh, look, another dumb card. It's Nadu. Hey, hanging out on top of my deck like that. So Sab-Sunen now has a counter, which means she can't attack or block. Let me fix that. She now has 2 counters. So she can attack or block. I don't want to play another land yet, but if I do, I can actually play additional lands. So let me do that. So I'm gonna play this Primeval Titan, who's going to get me 2 lands. Yeah, let's grab 2 things that come in tapped or that sacrifice themselves. I don't actually have the auto sack lands in this deck. But by playing 2 more lands, I'll get 2 more triggers of Proliferate, which means 2 more counters, which means she can still attack. I'll also have enough landfall, making tokens so I can Tidebind their next landfall. Seems great. GG. Nashi, Illusion Gadgeteer. Can't say I'm a fan of this card because it's a very, very high value card that's also got stats like mad. Nashi is able to recur any kind of spell from the graveyard, secretly as well. Able to take cards from the grave, just grab them, make a copy in the hand, and does so while being a 4-mana 4/4 with Flash, Menace, and Ward 2. So unless you're countering it, which there's lots of ways to make it uncounterable, or you're stopping them from blinking it somehow, it's very difficult to take this thing out of play. It doesn't just die to a kill spell, you gotta get through that ward as well. You can't just block it, and swinging in when they have 4 mana up is terrifying. Speaking of swinging into things while they have cards in hand, in this case, this is terrifying. I'm actually tempted to, like, just throw this utter insignificance onto the Psychic Frog. Oh, there we go. Frog versus frog. The Psychic Frog is better than Sab-Sunen. Psychic Frog is kind of nuts. Unfortunately, if I kill it, they can just bring it back from the graveyard, make a copy of it. Yeah, because this is also blinkable, Nashi does not say when he's cast. you can just get a blinking card that like blinks and then does something else. So you can just keep getting more and more and more out of the same copy of Nashi. I'm ramping. They played 2 frogs. I'm getting out frogged here. These are 2 good ways to get things into their graveyard. This can allow you to discard. This just lets you play off the top, but you can also surveil. A nice 1 ring. I probably wasn't dealing damage to you anyway next turn, but the protection's nice. I can play Sab-Sunen, and I'm going to. So typically when I play Sab-Sunen, she gets killed, countered, or removed before she does anything. So I'm going to hope that she can't be edicted, she can't have her abilities removed, she's not going to get bounced back into my hand or made utterly insignificant. She's going to draw me 2 cards. Right, Nashi? She's going to draw me 2 cards. She's indestructible, so they can't, like, bitter triumph her, at least. Burrow lets them draw, maybe get another land into play. And they are able to play certain cards off the top of their deck. Okay, they got this Dark Slick Shores. Lots of ramp. And I think they might be considering coming in with this frog. Listen, I'm not going to attack through it. No, they just blink it. I was thinking, like, I will exile it if they try to do anything with it. Too late now. Psychic Frog is now freed. Thankfully, Reach. Also, Summoning Sickness. Reach. If you run into a Sab-Sunen, by the way, in Limited, she's so hard to get rid of because there is a -6/-6 card. But it only works once, and there's no other way to get rid of her. Saying oops. Yeah, Summoning Sickness. Also, again, Reach. All right, she gets her counter. Pachunk, pachunk. My frog is significant again. Yippee! Frogs. There's a lot of frogs in play in there. You 2 are holding priority. All right. What do we got? Oh, Aether Spark. Yeah, let's do that. So I'm going to use... I'm going to use the Aether Spark. Yes, I needed an excuse to put this in a deck, and Sab-Sunen gave me the excuse I needed. I'm going to put a +1/+1 counter onto her, so she can attack and block. And even though letting them hit me with the frog gives them card advantage, I want to hit them. I want to deal 8 damage and get 8 loyalty onto the Aether Spark. Because then I can add a lot of mana. 10 mana of any color. And just, like, unleash my hands. They didn't like that, though. I liked it. They didn't. GG. Ketramose, the new Dawn. Ketramose is an exiling commander, which means that the indestructible nature of Sab-Sunen is not as relevant here. It's an okay hand, having Proliferate. But I'm going to throw it back. I'm going to look for some removal. Going to look for some, and some ramp would be nice too, so I have that Uro. Seems fine. Ketramose, though, is going to be drawing cards each time they exile something either from the battlefield or a graveyard, but only during their turn. You can still exile stuff whenever. It's just, like, better to do it on your turn, because you get to draw cards. You also lose life, so you gotta wait, and then eventually gain that life back with Ketramose. Hey, I feel like maybe you have a Solitude. Is anybody else getting a vibe that they have a Solitude? Yeah? No? Just me? That's cool. Ooh, a Mossborn Hydra. That could be a very fun threat. I'm gonna play this Innkeeper's Talent with no creatures down. And unfortunately, I don't have the Memory Lapse mana up on the next turn, but I also don't need the Memory Lapse mana up. Flicker of Fate. So Flicker of Fate is great because temporary exiles still count as exile. My Ketramose deck is actually a blink deck, so it's running a lot of those. I guess I'll just go for the Mossborn Hydra here. It gets an extra counter. Unless it doesn't. Does it? Parting Gust. I don't have a Mossborn Hydra. I have a fish. Here comes Ketramose. Guess I'll name God. Makes me feel powerful. I'll use Uro. Something good for them to hit from the graveyard. Put this Willowbird Rush into play. And I could make Ketramose into a doll. Or I could hold up the Memory Lapse to stop them from exiling things. I got choices. I think I choose Ketramose as a doll. Look, now he can attack and block. And my real big fish. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Anybody else listen to ska? Just us? Good. Sometimes people ask, hey, Amy, what do you listen to when you're not listening to this playlist? A lot of ska. Too much ska, probably. I could either hold up the counter spell or, you know, I want to play Sab-Sunen. She's cool. I'll put a counter onto the fish. Swing in. They can block. Replay Ketramose on a future turn. No such thing as too much ska. And I'll use the Arid Archway to put Forest back in the hand. Sure, why not? Sab-Sunen will be drawing for me next turn if she survives, which... It's Ketramose. It's all exile based. Being indestructible against this deck, it feels like, oh yeah, that's just flavor text. Oh, Butts in my chat is sitting next to a signed copy of Sellout on vinyl. Nice. But it got warped while I was in your trunk during a show. Oh no, the heat! Alright, they just went land Ketramose. Ketramose needs 7 cards in exile in order to attack or block. But as I mentioned before, I'm pretty sure they have Solitude, which means they can exile a card from their hand to get the creature in play, to exile Sab-Sunen, and also draw a card. Also, I gain 6 life? Yeah. Oh, Turn the Radio Off. Is that the album name? The one that has Sell Out on it? How far can my fish go? This fish is gonna go all the way. Let's go, token! Let's go, fish! Now somebody's probably gonna ask, do you listen to Fish with a PH? No, but my older brother did. Desparked. Beat them with the fish they've given me. They're probably gonna exile it. No! A fatal push on the fish! That hurts so much. Well, that puts me in the awkward spot where Innkeeper's Talent, I can't use it as effectively to manipulate counters on Sab-Sunen if I bring it to level 3. but it lets me play more aggressively with everything else. So I'm still going to do it. Gonna play this breeding pool untapped and hold open the memory lapse. Yeah, dog's scary. Didn't have to hold it for long. I did go to a Real Big Fish show. Anti-Flag was the opener. It was very punk rock. I liked it. Hi, Obsidat. Obsidat and Teysa are two cards that exile themselves at the end of turn. So you can go bye-bye, and Ketramose will say hello to card draw. Here comes Sab-Sunen. And she'll be getting 2 counters, which means she can still attack and block. But she'll never be drawing me cards, so long as this is out. Felia could swing in. They could blink Sab-Sunen. They could blink this, that. Doesn't matter who. No. So I'll have to use this nesting grounds in order to manipulate the counters. Hopefully they don't bring the Elderfang Disciple. I need that. I didn't play this, and I probably should have. I didn't want to show that I had it. The Eternal Wanderer, able to blink and eventually make me sacrifice. I guess, you know what, there is an upside if they blink the Elderfang Disciple with failure that... And that's that I can escape Uro. They're drawing cards. Obsidat, do you choose to leave? Don't you want more card draw? Oh, it's also worth noting that once I do this, Ketramose will be able to block. Next. I'm swinging at the Wanderer. Because she could blink and just wipe all the counters off this. And now that the Ketramose can't block, let's go ahead and start doing this garbage. Evolution Sage. Uro! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're welcome. Ketramose is now able to fully engage in combat. I'm not blocking the Ketramose. I might block Felia. She's scary. She's a good dog. Oh, bye, Ketramose. Didn't expect blink. This could just be a board wipe. Maybe even an exiling one. Oh, hi, Shadrix. See, isn't it good that I can't draw cards off of Sab-Sunen? Think about how much Shadrix would hurt me. She gets more counters, and let me just double check my mana. I do want to play the Llanowar Elf first to make number go up. Freighterhoof Behemoth. Listen, if you have Settle the Wreckage, congratulations. I'm swinging with everything. Also, ouch. Great news, everyone! They didn't have Settle the Wreckage. GG, Ketramose. Daretti, Rocketeer, Engineer. Daretti is going to be reanimating artifacts for the low cost of sacrificing an artifact. I'm going first. I do really love having Nakami Bamboo Groves in hand, but I don't have a third land, so this is a little risky, and of course we're still going to do it because we like to play on the edge. The sort of things that they could reanimate are anything from, like, Cityscape Levelers, Portal to Phyrexia. There's some real nasty business that Daretti can get into play. Faithless Looting, they're drawing, they're discarding. You gotta get the artifacts in the graveyard and then have Daretti either enter or attack. Yeah, so like those That's scary. That's scary stuff there. And unfortunately, I don't have double green off this because the Flooded Strand won't get me what I need. So I'm just going to sit here and I'll use it to hit a Surveil. Me sacrificing a treasure for Paradox Engine. Yeah, this feels like equal exchange. No, Poq, you're not what I need right now. Well, maybe you're what I need right now. They're demanding answers. Is the answer, how do I get more land? Just play ramp. Guardian Idol. Nice. Let's see if we get a land. Vexing Bauble. No free spells. I wish I could destroy you both, but I can't. I gotta hit the ramp. Keeping them off of Daretti. Daretti should terrify you. Especially because he's an enter the battlefield effect, so it's pretty hard to, like, keep his ability away. He also doesn't target, I believe. Yeah, it's oh no, it does. It choose target in the graveyard. Playing Poq doesn't do anything here. So I'm gonna make it look like I have a counterspell. Because it's bluffing or nothing. Rex Sage asks if you want to destroy things, because if you play it and there is only your own artifacts and enchantments in play, you have to target one. The orb resolves. Better than I'm getting a portal to Phyrexia, right? I don't want to lose life. Ah, it's just a dragon engine. It's fine. Can I get lands? Girl. Lands. Next turn I have lands. Lands there and there. This becomes a guy. He makes lands. Mm-hmm. They have, by the way, they've had the ability to Daretti. I lose the life. I'm a brave girl. Hawk gets me in everywhere. Oh no, it's non-token land. So now I'm kind of showing my hand here of, what do we got? Nothing. It's weird that you say non-token lands. Because you don't make tokens. So my cool stuff is gonna die. Well, look, I finally got to 5 mana! I don't know why it says non-token. There's one card that makes a bunch of tokens. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I do have 8, but Hoof doesn't kill them. So I guess we go Bonnie and hope that they're not sacrificing too much. So I'm going to use Unable to Scream here. They are going to be able to steal something out of a graveyard. Yeah, the Dryad token spell. Who do you reanimate? Reclamation Sage to free Daretti, I guess? Nice. Yeah, that works. And then on attack, Camille, Godfarer Statue, Sundering Titan. I guess they're just trying to recur it. Yeah, that makes sense. Because they're going to, on attack, bring it back, and I have to sacrifice 3 again. Also, Daretti's dealing hecka damage, because that is 9 mana. They also have a Cityscape Leveler ready to rumble. Oh, now I actually draw a counterspell. I'll hit them for 6. Xenagos, God of Revels. They're going to be doubling the power and toughness of a creature. I have double blue for this mana drain and then nothing else. This is not a bad hand because of the mana drain. Well, I guess that gets me to Uro to maybe find more lands, or Poq and then a land. Bushwhack, getting a land. Thwack. Xenagos is cool. I wonder if they're running like Big Worm. 2 mana Nightshade Dryad. I guess I will go for the mana drain on that because that lets me Poq and then double a fetch. Alright, so now we've got silly mana. I will crack one of these open on the next turn to get 2 of the Surveil land. And we want to save the other one for more landfall for Tireless Provisioner. Old Vein Hydra, X equals 2. I could even block that, let them have the mana. But I probably shouldn't. Nadu on the top. I'm going to drop that since I don't have any targeting abilities in hand. And Mouseborne Hydra. I love that with Poq. That's kind of nasty. We'll do that. Here comes the Hydra. Let's get those double doubles going. Tireless Provisioner. I am not going to attack him because I don't want them to have the treasures. Ooh, shocking. Anzarag! That is terrifying. If it gets blocked, they untap and can go again. Making this thing indestructible is especially like, oh no. I'll grab an island, which gets me 2 islands, which gets me whatever's going on over here with the Mouseborne Hydra. Yeah, that's... Sab-Sunen, like, I understand you're in the deck, but sometimes we just have to do Simic things. GG Xenagos. Plagon, Lord of the Beach. Plagon is a card-drawing commander that likes big butts, and he cannot lie. This Starfish Wizard will draw you a card for each creature you have with a higher toughness than its power, and then can also allow you to attack with that toughness for 1 mana. No, I don't want to sacrifice my Birds of Paradise Fire of Cultivation, but thank you for asking. It's very nice that you're asking. 1 mana. Are they going to sword the bird? They're going to swords the bird. Some Plagon decks are more focused on the big booty aspect. Some are more focused on blink. Some of them are a hybrid between the two. But I think the one thing that's huge about Plagon is that you can play the new 0/8 Kalorna, I think is her name. I think Kalorna's right. You can play Kalorna in this, and that's a 2 mana 8/8 if you can manage to activate Plagon with her. That sounds pretty great to me. Anyway, all I have is 2 lands because they cut me off from my 3rd mana, which was going to be what I used for Flare of Cultivation. Sorry, Plagon. Listen, bud, I only have this. Oh, it's holding some priority. Because they wanted to keep it on top. Cat! Yeah, I need lands. RIP, Scythe Cat Cub, you are an amazingly strong card. But you're not what I need right now. What I need? Lands. They draw a card. I know, sometimes in Magic you have to like sacrifice the dog or sacrifice the cat. So you're just a hater, huh? You're just a hater, huh? I guess this is just Plagon control? They might be doing a combo with silence? I don't know. I got to play a land, though. So that's good. Desregal, thank you for the 18-month resub. Let's see if I can get Scoot Buggy to land. Scoot did resolve, and we get Scoot 2, the sequel to Scoot. I'm going to play this Evolution Witness. Allows me to bring things back from the graveyard, but only permanents. Nice way to get my lands back. Also, I might not want to take things out of my graveyard just because Shifting Woodland's actually active right now. I could turn it into Cat, and they're taking an extra turn. Come at me, bro. Come at me, bro! They told me to shut up. More people should do that. I will block with Plagon or I'll block Plagon with, you know what? No, nothing. I can take 3. And a board wipe. Never mind, they're just killing everyone anyway. Sure. Ornithopter. All right, I guess it draws you a card. Are you gonna silence again? Yeah, they are. They're doing Orem's chant. But they didn't kick it. Okay. Who do I feel like today? I feel like being a Scoot Bug. %, hater behavior over there. Yeah, you know what? I'm also going to engage in hater behavior. Scootsworm, go back to being a land. Thank you. Maybe I should have attacked in to kill that with the snakeskin veil. Yeah, who needs spells when you have delirium? They have the mana to allow these to deal damage. Do I feel like going for Sab-Sunen or Vorinclex? I want to play my commander, Sab-Sunen. No! Come on, bro! Cut it out! Vorinclex would have gotten me land so I could get more bugs. But I want to play Sab-Sunen! Yes. 1 damage. And my commander has landed. They have protection next turn. Well, that's fine, because I probably wouldn't be able to attack next turn. Unless I use the Snakeskin Veil. Ooh, cool. All right, I'm going to try and decide if I want to like Scythe Cat cover or anything, because I can't deal damage to them. I'm going to just play the Vorinclex. That tap is fine. The big thing is I just want to make sure I have green up. Trick Serenade. Actually, Vorinclex is a bird. Peep, peep. Help. All right, pass back. Thank you so much for drawing me 2 cards, Sab-Sunen. That was very cash money of you. You're using the One Ring to draw even more cards. What, Plagon drawing cards isn't enough for you? Bird. Bird. Both bird. My turn. Sab-Sunen, I could have put a counter on her. I'm not doing that. I don't need to. I think I'm going to combat. But I want to bring the Shifting Woodland Wind with me. Evo Witness. I'm going to adapt my land. So I can grab the Vorinclex or one of the lands. I have a land in hand, so like, we'll just bop that down. Boop. Strange looking Vorinclex, strange looking Witness. Very strange. Not attacking in with it. But yes, attacking in with the rest of these. The Scoop Bugs are very expendable. That land has some heft to it now. Yeah. Looks like they'll use 2 mana. Unless... Don't tell me to get lost! You get lost! And since I put another counter onto the Evolution Witness, I get to take another card out of my graveyard. Eeny, meeny, miny, actual Evolution Witness? It looks good. They lose 2 life from the One Ring. First they tell me to shut up, then they tell me to get lost? Azorius gamers, right? They also turned my Vorinclex into a bird. Shiraz, thank you for the sub. They're cloud shifting. They're just drawing a ton of cards here. Sab-Sunen will not be able to attack unless I manipulate her counters somehow. But I don't think I need to attack with her. Because they're gonna die to the One Ring. GG. Gonti, Knight Minister. going to be doing some crime, but only if they can deal combat damage to me with their commander out. For each creature that hits me, they'll be stealing the top card of my deck, and they can cast it or play it. And if a player is casting stolen spells, it's probably going to be them. I'll be very honest, it's going to be them. They get a treasure. Or if I do it, I get a treasure. But I don't actually think I have any stealers in here. They're saying much obliged. I'm ready to brawl. Hi, Soldiers the Simulator. You have Menace. You can do this all day? Oh, that's crazy, man. I don't have that kind of stamina. I'm old. Hi, Gix. Gix is on hit. Draw a card. Lose a life. In a lair of the Hydra, so I'm going to play it. Comes in tapped. Deep Cavern Bat, that's going to be the target for the mana drain, because otherwise it'll just take the mana drain out of my deck. But I could use mana so I can get a big indestructible creature out. They can draw another 2, deal another 6. Yeah, you should make a copy of that in your deck. I mean, you won't be able to cast it unless you steal 2 islands. Nice, and this will get a counter. Okay, I could go Mossborn Hydra into Invasion of Zendikar, or just Sab-Sunen. I'm gonna go for the ramp choice. They probably do have a good amount of, like, single target removal, though, because they're a black deck. Alright, so the Mossborn Hydra big. This can get Death Touch. This has Evasion. If they have a kill spell, they're probably going to use it. Nope, they're going for Gonti. Time to steal. Oh, they did choose to put a land into the top of their deck. Okay. Cool. Is this just going to be a Mossborn Hydra solo? Okay, Dreamborn Cascade, make number go up. Whatever this is, make number go up. Lands? Am I right? Oh my god, wait. Lands? Am I right? You're so right, bestie. You're so right. We have a commander. She just +5 and can't block Menace. GG Gonti. Nashi, Illusion, Gadgeteer ran into one of these before running into one again. Nashi's going to be recurring things from the graveyard. Why can't people play the other Nashi? You know, the bad one? You should try playing the bad Nashi. There's another Nashi that's in Sultai colors that I don't think I've ever seen anyone play. Maybe like once. It's not very good. Oh, yeah, chat saying you kept this because of mana drain. Yes, I kept this because of mana drain. There's not many counter spells. There's like 5, I think, in this deck. I just put in the normal ones. And this one's good. It helps me get Sab-Sunen out early. Stop right there, criminal scum! Oh, 1 second. Breeding Pool, pay the 2, mana drain. That gives me 2 mana. Play a land. Sab-Sunen! Let's go. Sab-Sunen, Luxa, Embodied. In play, 6/6 might draw me 2 cards. She can block all 0 attackers you have. She is in my hand. Nashi plays on my turn, so holding up, like, for counterspell, I don't think is great on any turn where it's like Nashi could come out. Okay, they're killing the Hydra. It comes back briefly. Look, they get to double it. It doesn't do anything because they can't attack with it. Somebody asked, why is this card Brawl legal? And somebody else responded, because Brawl is a lawless wasteland. Hey, we have some laws. Law of Frog. All frog commanders must be good. Except for maybe Clement, who's like the actual frog typo commander. All right, so Nashi is going to recur something from their graveyard. They have the option between any of these cards. This one doesn't do anything to Sab-Sunen because she is indestructible. We get a counter. She draws 2 cards. Oh, I should play the land, so I have the 2 mana up. Go. I will equip Sab-Sunen, give her a counter. We did this before against a Nashi even. I did this exact same thing. And I'm swinging in 8 damage. Coming right at ya. Nobody expects Planeswalker artifacts. And now the Aether Spark has loads of loyalty. I'll pass the turn, holding up this counter spell. It's Thassa! Now that's a Thassa, and I have a feeling that they're gonna do something like bouncing or whatever, but if I can, I need to stop the Thassa, because the Thassa blinks to Nashi and lets them get more stuff back from the graveyard, so can I stop it? I could stop it. Alright, that's great. Now, I still don't know what they brought back from the graveyard, because, could be Rift. They could Rift her. They could Rift this. Anyway, it's main phase time, and I want 10 mana of any one color. Green's the color. How about this? That? The other one? I'm gonna throw that somewhere else, because I don't need it. This one. Perfect. It's lands on top. I can play those. But I don't actually need it, so I'm gonna move it. A temporal manipulation. Neat. Could use that, like, next turn, maybe. Incubation Druid. Incubation Druid. Adapt. Splort. Lord Landfall. Hi, I'm doing Simic things. You may have heard of them. You do them too, Nashi. I know you do. Can I pay the ward? Great. And now, I pass. And if you try to do anything with this Nashi, I'm exiling him. You know what? I'm just exiling him. He's gone. Bye, Nashi. Nashi does Simic things, but in a goth way? Yeah, he's the graveyard man. I'm a rebel. My mom died. I carry her spirit around with me. That's an emergent ultimatum. What's that emergent ultimatum? You didn't tutor for that. This was the other kind. It was not cleaved. All right. Well, emergent ultimatum. What do they get? Any combination of 3 nasty things, so long as they are colorless. One with the multiverse, seasonal weaving, and expropriate. I will throw expropriate back into their deck, allowing them to cast spells from the top of their deck, including a spell for free, and Season of Weaving to bounce non-land, non-tokens into my hand, right? Okay, wait, there. Yeah, wait. Yes, they got the order right. They had to make sure that they weren't gonna bounce the one with the multiverse back into their hand. Yeah, everybody's back. Now they get a free spell. And, of course, they also have Omni in their hand, so all of their spells are free. So that if somebody was wondering why they didn't get Omni, because it was already in their hand. Yep, now your land's tapped for triple. What else you got? Okay. So no matter what, I can't really stop them from casting tons of stuff. I could stop them from casting a little bit of stuff. Maybe. Yeah, what do I hit? There's 3 of you. Oh, none of them, because I don't get to resolve anything. And now they can use Nashi to essentially get free blinks, free everything. With Season of Weaving, I actually believe they have infinite access to every card in their deck. Because you have Nashi able to get that, cast it for free, put Nashi back into their hand, etc., 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 and they can take as long as they need, getting all of the cards for free, getting every extra turn spell, expropriate, whatever in their hand, and that's going to be game. So I will press escape, and then... Oh, no. Okay, so let me just, first very quickly say, this thing that they just did, do not do that. I know it's tempting, but Doppelgang with Nyxbloom Ancient sometimes does crash the game. I'm just saying it here before I leave. You add that many replacement effects and, doubling effects on the lands, and it can actually make the game lag and crash. Source. I've done it. Be careful about it. All right, GG. Shadrix, Silver Quill. Spits out tokens, puts counters on things, and can make you draw cards. It's a bit of a politics, but in 1v1. I will, I guess, keep this. I was hoping to find some early ramp, but this is fine too. And I'll pop down this Verge and say hi. Oh wait, I know what I can say. I just got this emote. I'm ready to brawl. I'm ready to brawl, Fred. Yes, Shadrix, you get to choose which ability each player gets, but if you choose one for one player, you get to choose it for another player. Each mode must choose a different player. Yep. Do I want to just land the Innkeeper's talent so I have it? I'm gonna go Innkeeper's talent. Or Archway, put the Forest back in my hand. Innkeeper's talent is a little weird with Sab-Sunen, since it is a way to manipulate the number of counters on her, but if you only have one creature, you only have one choice of where to put that. All right, so Duress, they can just hit the tail's end. The Dark Ritual, is it time for Shadrix? One of the things you can do is if your opponent's board is empty, you choose to put a +1/+1 counter on each creature they control. This is also going to get weird because now they're going to be able to manipulate the number of counters on Sab-Sunen. So, I guess that's going on. I guess I'll just sit here with the Tidebinder ready to bide some time. Or some tides. Time, tides. There's something there, right? Is talent a May? No, it's not a May. But you can always play Sab-Sunen post-combat with this. Alright, so Shadrix is choosing abilities. But the abilities don't resolve if the Tidebinder comes in. In fact, Shadrix will just become a 2/5. No double strike, no flying. Just dragon. I do love the alt art of him. He's so pretty. Oh, it's murder! The ability still gets countered, but he keeps his text. Since I also have Nesting Grounds, though, I feel pretty fine about playing Sab-Sunen here. I won't get to draw, though. Unless I play her post-combat. Solution. I'll play her post-combat. Go to combat, counters on nothing. Here comes Sab-Sunen. She can also block, and that's big because big flying guy. I might be forced to sacrifice her. I'm not really sure how Shadrix is built. Okay, Shadrix's going to hurt that compulsory card draw. Unless they choose to put a counter on her, because then won't draw cards. Alright, so they're doing the +1/+1 counter on them. Oh, okay. I thought they were going to make it so I couldn't block. Holy cow! Yep, Sab-Sunen has reach. This absolutely bodied me in draft. The fact that she had reach. Also trample. She nasty. Reach. Alright, we draw some cards. Shadrix says, oof, ow, owie. Well, maybe I'm the one saying oof, ow, owie. Looking at how much mana I have. I'm going to go Bristly Bill. Landfall. Oracle and Moldiah. Landfall. Everybody here is getting abilities. Sab-Sunen can now attack. Swinging for 8. They draw, they gain life. Here's Shadrix. I draw a card and I lose not 1, but 3 life. Thanks, Shelly. Come at me, I will double block. I will also lose some life, and then lose some more life. But it's fine. Hold up, I gotta make sure I'm doing the 1, 2, 3, 4... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I'm going to use Innkeeper's Talent here. I just gotta make sure I'm spreading the love, but I'm putting it mostly on Sab-Sunen because she has Double Strike. Or, not Double Strike. She has Trample. I know words. It doesn't matter how many counters I put on her because it will be an even number after I double. Oh no, because are you +1ing? Was it not? Did I math wrong? Hold up. I broke math? 1 second. Tripled? Oh my god, it's because of the interaction between this and this? It tripled it! Guys, I needed to math better. I needed to math more. Thank you for the blocker. It's fine. They misplayed. I misplayed. Everybody gets the misplay here. Especially me. What did triple and not quadruple? Here, I'll put another +1 ability on there. That'll help. See? Now look, it's even sillier. I can never attack with her ever again. Come out, Hive of the Eye Tyrant. You know you wanna. I need to level 3 while she was even. I can't even. Yes, I could have used the nesting grounds to manipulate the counters. But it's better if I'm just misplaying left and right. Remember, guys, math is happening. Magic the Gathering. Some cards have reach. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. Sab-Sunen, well, she has the problem of she costs 5 mana, and being able to block 6 damage is not the kind of thing that you need to be doing when you're Simic. So we had a lot of really tough matches. I matched up against a lot of things. I got some wins off of early ramp, things like mana drain. But Sab-Sunen, I think, really struggles where she's matching right now in Brawl. The more Simic good stuff you run, the better the deck is, which to me is indicative of the commander not quite doing what you wanted to do. When you manage to get her to stick around, it's awesome. And when you can do that counter manipulation, putting the +1/+1 counter on her so you're drawing the cards and getting to attack or block all in the same turn, that feels great. But it takes a lot of setup, and she's particularly weak against Ketramose, which I'd say I won about half my Ketramose games. It's really tough, though, because her whole thing, the thing that puts her aside from so many other Simic creatures, is that she's indestructible. And with the number of sacrificing removals, the number of exiling removals, Sab-Sunen, she may as well hardly even have indestructible. She's just big. And a frog. Except she's not frog, her creature type is god. Frog god. We should get one of those. Hey, Wizards of the Coast, get on that. We need a frog god, and we need one now. Or like a frog elemental. Do we have any frog elementals? I'd like it if we had one. If you're still looking for my deck list, though, it is in the description below. And if you can get this deck to function, both using Sab-Sunen's abilities, not just her as value, hey, let me know. Maybe the matchmaking will change. It is a little futzy right now, and she'll have some better luck when she's not matching up against as much, like, Sultai good stuff, which I cut most of those games because, as you might imagine, the Sultai players, they sit there and they take, like, 7 extra turns, and they don't kill you. Not very fun to watch. But Sab-Sunen is still pretty fun to play. It's just hard to get her to work. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.